Background. Action.
I am a singer-songwriter.
I'm in the circuit. I do a bunch of theater.
I'm an associate professor.
I've been a filmmaker for 15 years.
I mean, I saw that you guys are going with the online festival.
I went on Film Freeway and started looking for festivals.
I hear about the VAIFF and one of my friends.
Well, it was interesting when I first went to the website and seen all the different categories, sliding tablets and things. That was much different than other festivals. And it seemed like a well put together festival with a lot of energy, a lot of cool people.
It feels like you're part of a community. You feel like a family.
I think having a community like VAIFF and being part of that now is going to open doors.
It was just awesome to get into this festival.
Hey guys, we're back. What did you guys think of the animation films, huh?
No, I hope that you all enjoyed the animation films as much as I did. They were so cute, and the other one was very funny. I was like, this is my type of humor. So you guys let us know. Put it in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking if you enjoyed those films. So what we do want to get into, we need to see who won. So
I am Akhil Gumari. I have been in the animation and visual effects industry for more than 13 years and have produced and created a number of animation content with associations and collaborations with various studios in India and rest of the world. Today, I've been asked to judge a couple of animation shots in the animation category. All the shots have done amazing work and they have their own unique style. I have chosen the winner as this animation is really pure, has amazing creative imagination, and also has an innocent way of communicating with the audience, which I feel is the essence of any animation. The winner is Yon Yon and the Hollow Monster. Congratulations.
there we have it.
Congratulations.
One and the Hollow Monster is the winner. So congratulations to Catherine Chen.
Yes. Catherine could not be with us and could make it, but congrats to you, Catherine. I love that short. It was so pure and so sweet. And I'm over here, I'm watching it and I'm just rooting. I'm like, you have to save your turtle.
Yeah, it's like that anime. It brings the anime and the regular cartoons together. I love it.
It does. That's what I was trying to think of. What else does this remind me of? Anime.
Yes, good, some good anime.
It had that feel. Again, congratulations, Catherine. I'm not even a big I'm not a big animation person, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really did.
But she won, and she very well so deserved that. So what do we have next coming up after this?
Coming up, you guys, we're gonna get into the children and family category. So we have some of our filmmakers coming up right now, so we're gonna chat with them and get into the children and family category. So, hello everyone, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Yeah.
Where's everybody at? Where are you all at? Where are you located?
I'm in Orlando, Florida.
I'm in Western Massachusetts.
And Abigail?
I'm in Connecticut.
We are everywhere. We're all over the states. I like it. I appreciate it. All right, you guys. So we have children and family coming up. We're going to show those movies. But before we do that, we do want to just get into some questions. So if anybody wants to start, what can we expect from your film? Like, what should we look forward to? We'll start with Abigail. You go first.
Well, you're gonna see how there's this homeless girl. Well, I made this. This is the sequel to a movie that I made in 2017, and it's also the finale. You will expect to see her with her friend, and then at the end, she gets a special surprise, and it's a really heartwarming story.
Okay, Cheryl. Want to tell us what can we expect from your film?
Sure. So the Positive Parenting Fables is a series of short little mini films that have been put together. And they're based off the CDC guidelines of good practices for new parents. So we put these together with the help of a grant from the Pap Steinmetz Foundation here in Orlando, so that we can get the word out of better parenting skills to parents and, of course, children. So
I got a question for that. Is that okay? For your parenting film, is it as a certain type of category of parenting, the way they go, or is it just a broad?
Right. It's for this series is for newborn to toddler age.
Oh.
So it's guidelines like, minimize your screen time with your child, make sure you get the immunizations that are needed on time to protect them, spend quality time with the child, those kind of things. So they're based on the CDC guidelines.
New mommies. Okay.
New mamas and daddies, yes.
I have a question for you, Cheryl. I'm going to get back to my question, but I do want to get to Ben. Can you tell us what should we expect from your film?
Okay, so my film is about a boy who discovers this home full of forgotten imaginary friends. And the idea occurred to me when I was still in film school, and this is my thesis film for film school. And I can't remember exactly why it occurred, but I wanted to kind of explore this idea through memory, through dream, and so those things kind of blended together. And I kind of approached it like, what if Christopher Nolan made a fantasy film? So it's in that vein, or a kid's fantasy film.
Like Drop Dead Fred.
So I liked the idea of editing to try and create the feeling of a dream or memory, and kind of blurring those things together.
Ooh. Yeah. Yes, I'm like, now I have a question for you. Now I'm going to go back. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm going to go back to Cheryl. So you said your film is still in with CDC guidelines, but also there's a part of it that for children that talks about minimizing screen time. Now, I would find that difficult, especially now. Do you have any tips? How do you minimize screen time now, since everything is virtual and online?
I think a lot of it is balance and trying to counterbalance when you have things going on, and so scheduling other activities, kind of cycling through those activities, and then giving the child some time with an episode of something that they're watching. It's about giving them a break from that. And I think that goes for anything in life, right? You want to kind of balance what you're doing and not spend all your time in one area. So yeah.
What would you say to the parents who are probably struggling with that? They are trying to create a balance. I want to create a balance with not so much screen time, but I'm also responsible for starting all of the screen time.
Timers are great, and using some other kind of programs that help turn it off. I know I have a 15-year-old and it's a struggle every day, so I can identify with all parents. But it's just a matter, I'm starting to teach him how to use a timer. I used it when he was little too, because as a working mom, you're always trying to do work as well as spend quality time with the kids. So the timer really is a magical tool. And every child, even a little child, understands, I'm going to set the timer for this amount of time, and then when it goes off, we'll shift and do something different, and we'll come back to what you like to do, So they understand, even at the age of 2, that you've got this dedicated time to do certain things.
Just kind of get them in the way of when they first started, don't put them all in front of the TV, and then they become teenagers. That's what they're used to. So you're trying to catch it before it gets to that. Integrate new other activities outside stuff. So that's good. I like that. My question is, can I have a question for Ben? So your film is kind of like Drop Dead Fred. I don't know if you ever heard of that, where the girl went back and got her imaginary friend.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've heard the name before.
Okay.
Someone pointed out that it was a little like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which didn't occur to me at the time. But
Yes, that's a good one.
I want to go to Abigail. This is your second time with VAIFF with the festival.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about your previous experience with our festival?
Well, I couldn't make it to the in-person meet and greet and screening, but because it was too far. But when I got the award in the mail, I was really excited and happy about it. And I still keep it on my phone. I'm really proud of it.
I know. I'm looking. I'm like, can you show us again? That's so pretty. Look at that. Look at the pretty shiny award. All right. Well, I'm glad that you had. There we go. I would be holding that just like, no, I would not do that. I would not do that. Don't do that. But even though you didn't get to be there in person, I'm so glad that you got to be a part of the festival. And this year is completely different. So now we're not in person, but we're making it work. Ben, I had a question for you about the dream sequence in your film. I'm always fascinated about how people come up with the concept for a dream sequence. So, and it's different when you come up with the concept of it, and then it's also a different thing when you are trying to put it together, right?
Yep.
What was your creative process with that, just with the sequence specifically?
Well, I wanted it to kind of blur with the reality portion. And I was working, my professor, Tom Richmond, who shot Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist and Hardball and a couple other things, he actually came out to Massachusetts, and I was originally going to have both houses be these there are a lot of old Victorian houses around me, and they were originally both going to be these old Victorian houses. And he said, Ben, you have to make that reality house as boring and as flat as possible and create like a really stark contrast. And he was also there for the color grading session. And ultimately we decided, like, I think the colors in the dream sequence are a little warmer, and the colorist kind of punched up the sort of hazy quality, but it's fairly subtle. It's not a huge dramatic shift, because I wanted that blurring to happen in the transition between the real world and the fantasy world, because you don't realize at first that he's gone into a dream. And I wanted that moment to feel kind of, I don't know if jarring is the right word, but to have a bit of a sharp twist there, where you find out that he's not actually lost in the woods. The woods are kind of like this boundary line between reality and fantasy. I'm really into Terry Gilliam's films, like The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, where every time I see that film, I see a different film, because the way it's constructed, it could be the main character's dream, it could be another character's dream. So there's so many different ways of seeing it, and the fantasy reality line kind of gets blurred a lot, which I love films like that. So I was going for that effect.
I find the process of creating, that's always just like the best part to me in filmmaking. And talking about that, I want to know, like, what was each of your favorite part about the creation process of your project?
Me. I had a lot of fun on the film, actually. It was stressful getting it made, and it was stressful getting all the pieces together, given that there were school deadlines and I was using the school's equipment. And they have a red camera with these Cook lenses, which the cost of that is more than I have in my bank account by many, many times over. So that was fun. But I had a great time. Just the actors were great, and I set them up at a place in Massachusetts, and we all kind of hung out. And there was one stressful hour on the third day of the shoot when the site told us that our filming had to stop an hour earlier than I intended. So I sort of had to do some live editing. But other than that, it was a lot of fun, and everything moved really like according to plan, which was kind of rare because sometimes I get into taking lots of different takes and different angles, and so I had to be a little more economic than normal.
Listen, I get it. I definitely get it. I definitely get using school equipment, but you want to be very careful with that because it's like, it costs how much? Okay. Actually, I don't know if I want to use this anymore. So I get that. Cheryl, can you tell us what was the most or the best thing you enjoyed about the creative process?
The best thing for me is working with a team of people. You know, I was able to hire 8 student and alumni animators to work with me on this project. So the collaborative nature of this is, and watching things come to life, you know, and really developing the character and the look and just seeing it evolve. We had a short schedule. We did it in 6 weeks. So it was exciting and a lot of work, but everybody was really, they showed up and they did their best. And so watching it all come together was exciting and fun.
Abigail?
The experience for me mattered the most because I only had 40 hours to write, film, and edit the whole film. So it was kind of fun with my whole team, my whole cast and crew. We were all stressing so much, but like it was really fun.
Wait, was your project, are you familiar with the 48-hour film festival?
Yes.
Is this part of that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what?
And I'm the youngest team leader in the world for the 48-hour film project.
Oh my God. Well, look at you. Congratulations for that. You have to have some type of just like willpower to participate in the 48-hour film festival. I'm like, I would have been crazy by that time. We do have a question. What other projects are you all working on, and what can we expect to see from them? So we'll start with Abigail. We'll start with you. You have any other projects coming up?
Well, next year, if Corona still isn't happening, I'll be doing 48-hour film project again. But I haven't come up with any ideas yet for it because I have to write it within that 48 hours. And I'm really busy with school right now, so it's probably going to be next summer.
Tim, can I ask you, like, what's your process when you're writing for the 40-hour film festival and you have to just sit there and write? Like, what's the process? How do you get yourself to just stay still and write?
Well, I come up with like one like general idea, like one lesson that I want. Like I want some like one topic that's like really important in the world today. And then I try to give it like a happy ending.
Okay.
Trying to find a positivity in everything.
Yeah.
I get you.
I get that. We'll go with Ben. Any projects coming up?
Yeah, I'm wrapping up a project I've been working on for 3 years. It's sort of cut from the same cloth, and it actually has the same cast too, and it's also a period film. But it's about a boy in 1952 who encounters a jackalope at his birthday party, and I can't spoil anything, but sort of tries to hunt it down and find it, and it's also very much about imagination and going to this fantasy world. And the animation has been the thing that's taken a long time because I decided to try and do a fully photorealistic CGI rabbit. which apparently is very difficult to do. So the hard way. And I'm doing a documentary about dyslexia that I've been filming for the last few years, and it's going to be sort of like the Up series where they follow people every 7 years for less time.
And Cheryl, any projects coming up?
Sure. I'm working on a short animated film about a little girl and her dog. So it should be, if I can get it finished by March, it'll definitely be put towards the new VAIFF festival. So it's got an overall theme of being mindful of what you have around you and the people you have around you, and not always trying to look for someone else's attention. So
I love that part. That one piece. Do you guys have anything that's running on any platforms right now that, you know, your followers can see and stuff like that? That you haven't submitted to a film fest or anything?
No, we usually keep things offline because of the idea somebody might steal your concept before it's finished. So it's always kind of you know, you want to promote, but you don't want to do it until you're almost ready to get it out there.
No, I'm talking about once you have it out and you're done, like the stuff you already had, you've done in the past. Like, where can I find your? Because I love the message that you have, and it's something that we need right now, especially in during a pandemic. A lot of parents can use that, even with older kids. So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Where can they find? You know, I know your demographics is new children or whatever. Brand new, I guess. And but those are still concepts you can apply to older kids. So that's why I'm asking all three of you, what do you have out there now?
Yeah, we have. I'm a professor at the University of Central Florida, so we have a YouTube channel of all of our former student films. So we have a catalog of about 2 or 3 hours worth of films that are free. You can just go on YouTube to find it. So I can send the link out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you just my website is cherylcreates.com. But if you just Google on YouTube UCF character animation, it'll pop up. So there's a nice playlist there.
Awesome.
Wanted to get that comment back from Jason. We had a comment back from Jason who said, I love the message. So many times people aren't focused on the present moment.
Yeah, definitely.
My God. That's a whole different conversation right there.
Do Ben and Abigail have anything running right now that we can take a look at?
I have the team Facebook account. It's Jolly Bunny Films.
Okay. You said Joey?
Jolly.
Jolly
Films.
Okay. Okay. And Ben?
Yep, I have mostly documentaries, but a number of films up on Vimeo at just under my name, and then I have a Newfzilla Productions website.
And what's their website?
I know where I can put it, but Newfzilla. I have a Newfoundland, so he's sort of mascot.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
You guys, before we get into the films, can you all please give out your social media, if you don't mind, so that people can follow you and keep up with your work? We can start with Cheryl.
I'm terrible. I don't have necessarily a Facebook page, but I do have the Maya Magician on Twitter because the software that I use. And you can find me on YouTube as well as Maya Magician.
Okay. Cheryl, don't feel bad. I'm not really a social media person, but you know, I have the account so that when people ask, "What's your social media?" I'll be like, "I have accounts." Ben, social media.
Yep, I'm on. I think I'm on all of them: Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And either as Newfzilla or just my name. Instagram it is BZ Tobin. I think that's it.
Okay. And Abigail, social media.
It's just Facebook. The one I said before, Jolly Bunny Films.
Okay. All right, you guys. Don't forget to. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Georgia.
No, I was just saying I like the fact that they all have their own social medias and stuff like that, and that's why I asked, because I want to know. Even if he said BZ Tobin, I think is your Instagram handle. Is that like on all of your outlets?
Twitter is at Ben Tobin, I think.
Okay. And Abigail just has a Facebook, but you guys all have wonderful like animations and a message, and I love them all. And I'm actually going to check out your social media.
There we go. Okay, you guys. So make sure you go and follow each person, all of our guests right now, and you guys don't forget to come back and join us afterwards for the next session. I can't even get my words out. Don't forget, come back, join us again. We're going to get into the children and family projects right now, the films right now. Thank you to all of our guests. We do appreciate it. You guys don't forget to come back and join us also. So we hope you have enjoyed our Q&A with our guests. I'm really excited to see the films I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna watch with everybody else. I like doing that. So